and hurriedly makes his way along the stream bed, taking in his surroundings. The whimsically twisting stream runs through the silent forest, and Alucard unhurriedly strolls along it. This place evokes a strange feeling of not calm, no, in fact, quite the opposite, a feeling of restlessness and anticipation of incredible discoveries or unexpected encounters. Or then again, perhaps it's not the place at all, but the eternal hunger, the craving for new experiences, which dwells within many mortal hearts. Speculation aside, just as Alucard rounds the next bend, an unexpected encounter does indeed take place. They come closer, not attempting to hide, stepping lightly on the most mossy carpet, leaping from branch to branch or flitting through the air. The creatures are thoroughly bizarre, as though they were deliberately conceived to try the sanity of every taxonomist on the planet. One has the fluttering wings of a butterfly on its back. Another has the tails of a dozen different animals, while a third boasts tresses of streaming water, hooves instead of feet, and springy clover growing all over its skin. "We have a visitor!" exclaims one of the strange creatures, and it immediately runs along the stream, sending up moonlight-silvered splashes with every step. Where am I? "Don't you know where you are?" asked the creature in amazement. "There are plains of breathtaking beauty and plains of astonishing wonders, but only Elysium is woven from the craving of beauty, from the belief in wonders. That is where you are, in the most peaceful, most wonderful corner of the plain of boundless freedom." Elysium. Elysium is a plane of the outer sphere that represents the ultimate expression of wild freedom and compassion. It is home to the spirits of like-minded mortals and the wild and freedom-loving Azatas, and is a place of uninhibited love, art, and expression. The plain of Elysium is a riot of untouched wilderness, ranging from wild forests to foam-peaked seas, to impossibly high mountains, interspersed with hard-to-reach green valleys. None of the normal trappings of civilization can be found here. The natives prefer to live in small groups, and very occasionally gather for larger meetings. To outsiders, the untamed wilds can seem harsh and uninviting, but the initiated understand its true nature. Elysium is a land of selfless cooperation, combined with self-sufficiency and a complete lack of external authority. Who are you? Don't you know where you are? Asked the creature in amazement. Oh no, I already read this part. This is the second one. Alright. Who are you? We are Azatas, the children of freedom, says one of the creatures, carelessly swinging from the branches of a tree. This forest is our home for today. Tomorrow our home could be a lake 100 leagues to the south, or an underground cave in the azure ocean, or a castle of clouds that scatters in the dawn breeze. Azatas. Azatas are a race of benevolent celestials native to the plain of Elysium. Azatas are champions of freedom and goodness, and choose to travel the plains, helping creatures in need and battling evil. Azatas do not believe that evil can be completely destroyed by methodical campaigns, instead devoting themselves to showing up where they are needed most, doing their best to help, then promptly leaving. Even though some think of Azatas as the most elf-like of the celestial races, many of them have animal, elemental, or even stranger features and body parts. Many take whimsical forms, resembling the good fae with whom they are sometimes associated. How did I get here? We don't know how you came to be here, says the creature with the dozen tails, smiling. Mortals rarely come to Elysium during their lifetime, but here you are, which means that something must have brought you, something in your soul. If your soul did not harbor even the slightest spark of freedom, yearning, and compassion, you never would have found your way here. Now that you have the answers, tell us, what do you want? I have to go back. They need me there. That sounds too selfless. I wish I could stay here forever. The creature with butterfly wings, who has hitherto remained silent, gives the visitor a serious look and nods to itself. I smell the burning blood and tears of the place you have come from. It clings to you. Your soul yearns for beauty and freedom. That is good. But the souls meant for Elysium would never turn their back on suffering and strife. You must return to where you came from, for now at least. But would you like to take something from this place as a memento? The question hangs in the air, and though the words that Alucard utters next are merely words, neither spell nor military command, they seem to have equal bearing on destiny and life. Yes, I really want it. The Azatas draw closer. Take this memory with you. Take this light. Take the knowledge that any pebble struck by a moonbeam can be equal to any star. Take the understanding that you cannot fight evil with clever plans until you have conquered evil within yourself, soul. And your soul cannot be cleansed of evil if it is not free. Take our song, remember it, and it may help you. But only when you are true to that which brought you beneath this sky. Oops. Alright. All three adepts look at you wide-eyed. What? What just happened? For a second you were surrounded by light, and we heard music, like the music of Elysium itself. I had a vision. I was in Elysium, and the Azatas spoke to me. The adepts exchanged looks of astonishment. I swear it's a sign that Desna herself has turned her gaze on you. You helped us and protected Wallflower from the Inquisitors. Even though it wasn't your responsibility, the goddess couldn't fail to acknowledge such a noble soul. We might be getting ahead of ourselves here. There are many powerful entities in Elysium besides Desna. But, of course, there must be a reason for it. I'm so glad we met you, friend. And not just because I'd be suffering at the Inquisitor's hands right now, if we hadn't. But also because you helped me overcome my doubts. We will always remember you, no matter what. Alright. And the real reason we do stuff like that is I got Wand of Remove Disease, which I am definitely going to need, and some experience points. I'll take experience points and items as opposed to staying strictly onto one alignment. I had another vision from our mysterious helper, but she said the same thing as before about the attack on Canabras. How about you? Canabras was become of you. Okay. Plenty of Holman's Inquisitors are simply moldy old hypocrites who have no compassion for the suffering of others. Anyone with a heart couldn't do the things they do.
Well, hello there.
Alright, there's something. Booze. Alright, we'll go here. And of course, gotta drop all this stuff. Still over encumbered. Wow. Final. Alright, with that out the way, let's go to the Blackwing Library. If I long rest now, how much would that screw over the party? I don't think the attack on Canabras will happen right away, but everyone's exhausted. We'll have to risk it. Ember's the best choice here. Chameleon's the best choice for camouflage. She's also the best choice for stealth. We'll have him do the neutral thing. Ember will help with Night Watch. Let's see. That many spells I'd want Ninja to craft. I guess Tasha's hideous laughter. I'll have Darren help out Alucard, just because I know how bad the corruption will be.
I performed some calculations and now I can predict the probability that your sermons will be successful. The current probability is 1/100%.
That's good. I thought you were going to tell me I had no chance at all.
Alright. Sometimes a long-awaited rest does not bring the desired relief. What comes is a heavy clinging sleep on the edge of wakefulness, where consciousness seems poised between reality and oblivion. The possible reasons for such disturbed slumber are myriad. Strained nerves, perhaps, or a lingering reaction to trauma. Alucard emerges from the oblivion of his leaden sleep like a drowned man dragging himself from the depths of a swamp. The wound on his chest is burning like someone pressed an invisible brand to it. The wound has closed again, but the blood stain on his shirt betrays its presence beneath. There's no time to investigate the cause behind his malaise. A trying day lies ahead, but how will Alucard be up to the challenge if his thoughts are so muddled, and his entire body aches like after a day's toil? I can't ignore my health. Better take care of it now rather than later. when it's already too late. After several moments, the wariness abates, retreating to the depths of his subconscious, but leaving the path open to return the next time Alucard seeks refuge in sleep. Alucard recalls that he slept peacefully in the defender's hut. Perhaps the priest can explain what has happened. You are no longer exhausted. Okay, enter the Blackwing Library. Here's hoping it's not too late.
I found, something.
It's not too late. Call the rich person. Oh, yeah, sure. A stocky knight with a head of messy black hair stands before you. His armor is spattered with blood. He greets you with a deep, booming voice. Huh. Crusaders? Excellent. I am Captain Chaleb Salzama, and these are my men. I am about to burn these vile backstabbers and heretics here. These pathetic imitators of the traitor Aurilu, who tricked their way into the ranks of the Crusaders. The knight nods at a heap of severely beaten men, and a strange elf whose appearance seems jarring for some unknown reason. Sazamal bellows threats at his prisoners, who seem to be in a state of deep shock and utter terror. The demons still haven't entirely broken through the defense of Canabras. The time is running out. A strange feeling rises up within you. It is pure instinct. You don't know what you're about to do, but you're certain that it is right. What happened to the library? Yeah. Demons showed up and carried everything off. I wasn't here to see it myself. I was fighting in the square. But these filthy traitors told me everything. My fists made them quite chatty. So what? You tortured them? Do you think that those methods are worthy of a crusader? Under ordinary circumstances, no. But look around. The city is burning. Now is not the time for squeamishness. Why do you want to burn them? The warrior howls like a wild animal. Look around you! The city is in burning ruins. So many innocent lives lost, and all because of abominations like these here. Cultists, heretics, and spies slipping into our ranks, carrying out the orders of their brutal masters, and preparing a heinous death for us all. They want to give us over to the demons, just like Aurilu did with Sarkoris. They deserve to feel the flames licking at their legs. You come up with nasty words to use against people. You call them heretics, cultists, spies, so you don't have to call them people. Good people just like you. You'd feel bad for doing this to people, but not to heretics. Without those words, you wouldn't be able to burn them. It's a quite an astute way to put it for Amber. Alright, let's see. Perception. Alright, perception seems the best way. Take a closer look at the Ruthless Crusader. Alright. Chalib is talking too loudly, all while casting sidelong looks at you. You have seen similar behavioral quirks before, in liars. Alright. Chaotic trickster path. Give in to the strange instinct. Idiots! Stop! Heed my command in the name of Baphomet! The words fly out of your mouth before you can even think them. Some gut instinct told you that this is precisely what needs to be said in this moment. And the words hit their target. The Crusaders jump in surprise and look at each other in terror. The corners of Darren's mouth are twitching, like he's struggling with all his might not to burst out laughing. Caleb leaps to attention and barks out, "Sorry! Couldn't have known! We'll fix it right away, sir!" An inexplicable feeling of rightness flows through you. You enjoy seeing the look of oafish terror on the faces of the Crusader and his lackeys when you rebuke them for their fecklessness. Report, who are you? The Crusader's eyes bulge in fear as he barks out, "Cheleb Sazamal, former Knight of the Order of Everbright Crusaders, deserter. These two are my mates from playing cards, local fences for stolen goods. Reliable men. We set an ambush and caught 4 Crusaders. We wish to join the ranks of the triumphant army of the Whirlwind." I must admit that the rationality of this individual should be questioned and subjected to thorough study for the purpose of establishing the existence of said rationality. What? Cheleb is a Crusader name. Are you a Crusader? I hereby give you a name worthy of a demon. Foul Snout. Biting his lip, the bold Crusader proudly thrusts out his chest. "Thank you, sir." Foul Snout furrows his brow in a display of menace, trying to show his brutal determination to take on all the Crusader forces put together. Listen to your gut. Stop wasting valuable fuel. If you like burning books, go raid the Great Garrison Library. Our enemies might try to sneak in there. Step to it. Damon looks at you with amused curiosity and speaks in a soft voice. "I do enjoy your sense of humor. It's quite fiery." Ha! It's gonna be more fun later on. You'll see. So you want to turn the world upside down and make the Crusades into something else instead of deadly boring and painfully pretentious? Darren gives you an incredulous smile. You are insane. I like that. You can count on my help, at least for the next day or two, before I get bored of this folly. There's plenty more. They renamed him Faust now. It's official. There's plenty more where that came from, sir. I'll do everything you've ordered, and just as soon as those Crusaders arrive, they'll be dead meat. I'll go make sure that we get make it another 2 barrels of alchemist fire from the Great Garrison storeroom. Things are going to burn right up in there. Alright. Before I save them, let's loot the whole place. The great library of Canabras has been ravaged and wrecked in the most barbaric way. It seems that somebody took perverse pleasure in smashing lamps and furniture and tearing pages out of books. I should save. Just so I don't have to worry about, like, if I miss a, what's it called? Like a perception check, yeah. Oh. What was that? Was that a griffin? Those things thought they were extinct in these parts. Fascinating phenomenon. It's a pity the specimen flew away before I could take any measurements. So the only ones to have something to say about it was Camellia and Nina. What is this? Padded armor of focus. +2 on concentration checks. Okay, sure. It looks like I can learn something from reading this. I have to read it from the inventory. So we'll go from newest to oldest and then just read it there. Well, I say read, but I'm basically just going to right click it and call it a day. Learn something from this book. What'd I get for it? +1 competence bonus on attacks and damage on all natural attacks. That's great when I'm using a different build. Terendelev, Guardians, Chris, okay. Read this as well. And I did get something for that too. What'd I get? This book grants a morale bonus to armor class against dragons. That'll only come up when I fight a dragon. Barrel of flammable alchemical substance. And then another one. Surprised how many of these books actually give a bonus inside the Blackwing Library. And sure enough. So the question becomes, what did I get exactly? A +1 shield bonus against demons. That is useful. Alright.
What's that there?
A failure is just a step to a success. This experiment has gone awry. This experiment has gone awry. A failure is just a step to a success.
Alright, I'm going to be stubborn and keep trying this until I actually succeed on this Arcana check, so bear with me, everyone.
A failure is just a step to a success. This experiment has gone awry.
I literally just... Alright, I need an 11. This shouldn't be that hard.
A success worthy of praise.
Finally! Alright, got a 15. Work. Hey, I meant to sell it. Alright. Let's see. Some monstrously large demonic blade fell upon the library, splitting the ruins in two, and leaving an enormous black scar. It is possible that the scar himself was the one to destroy this building with his terrifying scythe, Rift Carver. Let's see. Oh. No, not yet. I'm going to be finishing that demo after I finish this stream here. I'll probably be at Wrath of the Righteous for another half hour or so. But what were all the failed ones saying? The enormous black rift cuts the library in half. It goes so deep that one can only wonder could have possibly wreaked such destruction and how. But if you roll high enough, you know exactly who did it.
Well, hello there.
Another book that gives a bonus. Okay. This came true. Okay. And go over to abilities. Check this book. +1 competence bonus. Yep. Let's see. +1 competence bonus on saving throws against swarms. That's gonna be useful. The bookcase is full of text describing demons and methods of fighting them. Regrettably, all this knowledge wasn't enough to save Canabras from the spawn of the Abyss. Yeah, the irony.
Now what is that?
And now we have a knowledge roll check. Quarterstaff of Coercion. +1 DC for all will saving throws against spells the wielder casts. Okay. Basic scale mail. Some more generic equipment. And this knowledge world check.
It went splendidly.
Great. This is a statue. This is a statue of the mage who founded the Blackwing Library. He cut the wing off a demon known as a Vrock and hung it above the entrance. Neat. Praise Amadeus alive. He came just in time. Alright. A blind elf stands before you. He looks extremely strange. His face wears its years heavily, which is unusual for members of his race. Thinning gray hair, a ragged beard, sightless milky eyes, pale papery skin, covered in age spots. A spine curved by the passage of time. This is not how elves typically age. The youth that graces the faces of elves, even on their deathbed, has totally abandoned this decrepit specimen. And that is an elf. With a beard. I guess the worst can be found even among the best. A bearded elf? How very intriguing. If you please, I would like to pluck out a hair of that phenomenon manifesting on your chin. In the interest of science, of course. The old elf holds out his hand in your direction in the perennial gesture of the blind, greeting you with an unexpectedly strong and calm voice. Hello, I am Storyteller, and I wish to thank my rescuers. That is you, if I am not mistaken. Who are you? The old elf frowns. I prefer people to call me Storyteller. It very accurately describes the sphere of my occupations and interests. In most of the places I have been, I am known by that name. You have piqued my curiosity. A storyteller? Are you a bard? If so, you should come perform at one of my parties, instead of knocking about in this dusty library. A bard? In some sense, yes. But not that type of bard that performs at festivities. I think your guests would lose their appetite after hearing my tales. What a shame. And I was so hoping to wheel you out for my guests. With your unusual appearance, you would have caused quite the scandal. But lugubrious bards are of no use to me. Half the bards in the city are the same. Their repertoire is confined to the one about longing, the one that causes indigestion, and the one that's a complete waste of time. I mean, really, how is one supposed to host a party with that? When I was little, my mother and father used to tell me stories. But I have no one to tell me stories now. Sometimes Grandma does in my dreams, but I always forget them in the morning. Can you tell me a story? The corners of the blind elf's mouth slowly creep upward. For you, I may have a story to tell, but perhaps it is you who has a story for me. Alright. There was a griffin statue here. It suddenly came to life and flew away. Do you know anything about that? The griffin stood in this library for decades, but only today did he take flight. Why? I do not know, but I am glad that his ancient slumber has come to an end. The elf smiles at his thoughts. He has a long story behind him, and yet the real tale is only just beginning today. No, I will not reveal his secrets. I think your paths will cross again, so you can ask him yourself. Alright. I want to talk to you about something. The old elf responds with dignity and courtesy, but firmly. In thanks for my rescue, I of course will render you service in turn, whatever it may be. However, at this moment, I wish to be somewhere safer than the present surroundings. My recent adventures have fatigued me greatly. I would be grateful if you could help me to a safe shelter of some kind. The stubborn set of the elf's mouth tells you that he won't change his mind. We can't not help him. If it was up to me, Grandfather Elf, I'd throw you over my shoulder and carry you out of here. This is no place for old folks. Alright. I'm taking you to Defender's Heart. I have other matters to deal with. I'll help you later. In that case, I will remain here for now. Wandering the city while it's under attack by demons would be inadvisable for a blind person. Don't forget to take me with you when you're going to a safe place. And now I'm going to talk to the other crusader. Climb. The young man with aristocratic features wipes the sweat from his brow and gives you a courteous bow. Allow me to introduce myself. Brother Climb, at your service. Thank you for helping us. We thought we were doomed to perish. There is death everywhere here. Sometimes I think we are all doomed, but then death has passed us by, and we are all still alive. Alright, who are you? Aside from the Brother Climb part. We are crusaders of the Order of the Flaming Lance. Our order dedicates itself to the pursuit of hidden knowledge and magical methods of fighting the demons. We are searching for our leader, Sister Miyamir, the scholar. She spent the last few weeks here, working day and night on some important research. When the demons attacked the city, we rushed here to find her, but it seems she left the city shortly before the attack began. Miyamir, I don't recall the name, which means her scholarly contribution cannot have been significant. And yet her actions do intrigue me. If the opportunity arrives, I would like to find out what experiments she carried out. Alright. Miyamir just left the city, leaving no word of where she could be found? None. She left the city. She left in a hurry, without leaving any notes or orders. Why? I have no idea. The only thing that may serve as a clue is this book. The one she was studying. The knight holds out a leather-bound tome for you. Let's see. Company of Worn-Out Words. Songs of a Crusader. Let's see. Collection of ballads composed by a bard who fought in the Second Crusade. The first songs are brimming with swaggering optimism, but as the collection progresses, the texts grow darker and more obscure as the despair and madness slowly take possession of the bard's mind. Miyamir has annotated one of the verses. Long dead fingers of blackest stone, the forbidden tree stretches out its branches to me. White pebbles dog my steps, 1,000 piercing eyes on hoar-frosted ground. The winter sun's rays caress the runes. The ancient symbols burn on hardened bark. Secrets crusted over the white lichen, and a white fog steals over my weary mind. In Miyamir's handwriting, a note reads, Tree, runes, stone book of the druids of old Sarkors here? Miyamir's notes mention something about a stone book belonging to the druids of old Sarkors. What does that mean? Stone books. The druids of old Sarkors used sacred trees as books. They carved their secret knowledge on the bark. When the demons came, the druids resorted to a dark ritual that turned the trees to stone, and the druids themselves into undead, doomed to guard their stone library grove forever. But that happened far from here in the stone wilds. Is it possible that's where Miyamir went? Or maybe she found one of those trees somewhere nearby. I don't know. The stone statue in the library suddenly turned into a living griffin. What happened? That statue was carved in old Sarkors long before the demonic invasion. Everyone marveled at the beauty of its fine stonework. Each feather was practically lifelike. They would say the griffin looked like it was about to spread its wings and take flight. But no one thought it would actually happen, of course. Believe me, I am just as surprised as you are. Having said that, I do have an inkling of an idea. The knight rubs his chin thoughtfully. There was a legend in Sarkors that mentioned an ancient chieftain who could turn into a beast and who vanquished countless enemies. But one day he just vanished. It claimed he was sleeping somewhere but would wake up one day to save Sarkors from a terrible fate. Everybody thought it was just a tall tale. Obviously, no shape-shifting chieftain showed up to stop the demonic horde. Perhaps the statue was the very same person slumbering in stone, waking up only now that a demon lord has come real close. He shrugs. Don't take my word for it, it's just a guess. I hope we get a chance to take a closer look at this griffin. Alright. How did you end up in this trap? That traitor met us at the door. He seemed a faithful and passionate crusader, and we didn't suspect a thing until they attacked us from behind and knocked us out. We didn't expect such trickery. Most of our order brethren are dead, and we were desperate to believe that this man in armor was a fellow crusader, a comrade. While we were unconscious, they removed our armor and tossed us on the pyre of books. What macabre blasphemy! Right? Who's the elf with you? Is he a crusader as well? No, he calls himself the storyteller, and he only recently arrived in Canabras. We often see him in the library. He was interested in the writings about early Sarkors and the era before that. It seems the traitor caught him in the library and decided to kill him along with the rest of us. The young man's voice drops to a polite murmur. Have you noticed that the storyteller's a little old? Even for Canabras, where you can meet the strangest people from the farthest corners of the globe among the crusaders. Have you ever seen such a decrepit elf before? Not just old, but new. With a gray beard like that. Elves don't tend to grow beards, I thought, and they don't have wrinkles. An elf with wrinkles and a beard, a detestable absurdity. Okay, next is... Really? Alright. Go to the Defender's Heart. Those who are ready to fight back are gathering there. The city still fights? Why, that's incredible news! We will go to the sanctuary guarded by our order brothers and sisters. We will bring them to the Defender's Heart. Alright. And now we'll just go to... Alright, we'll take you to the Defender's Heart. Yeah. Please accept my sincere thanks again. And if I may, please don't rush. I will struggle to keep up with you with your young legs. Go to the Defender's Heart now? Sure! Finally.
How about now?
What a wait. What's going on? The defender's heart greets you with unexpected liveliness. Beyond the walls of the tavern, the once bustling and festive city lies in ruins. But somehow none of that can be felt within these walls. The people in the rooms are talking, laughing, raising toasts, even soft singing. It doesn't look like typical tavern revelry, but nor is it the grim vigilance of recent days. Seela waves to you. She is sitting at a table with the trio you met previously, the knight, the half-elf, and the red-headed halfling. Alucard, come! Let me properly introduce you to Elon, Janna, and Curl, the fearless warriors of the League of the Inspiring Cart. Seela pushes a mug of beer towards you and speaks softly. It was me who convinced Irabeth to use what Janna, Curl, and Elon found for a little party. If you look out the window, you might think the end times have come and the abyss just devoured us all. I thought some simple pleasures, good food and good company, could keep the gloom at bay. Seela looks at you hesitantly, as if trying to gauge your reaction. And what do I say? Good. Stand. Lawful, this isn't safe. Chaotic. Have you ever turned down merrymaking? Evil. I see nothing wrong with making a little profit from this chaos. Nah. Let me see. Either lawful or chaotic. I'll go for the lawful. This isn't safe. What if the demons attack while everyone is drunk? Don't you worry about that. The carts of my friends found barely had enough for a couple of mugs for everyone. Besides, Irabeth split them into 2 groups. Half are celebrating today and the other half tomorrow. Janna on the door. Hey, are we just going to sit here with grim faces? I say we get to know each other a little better, so we have better reasons to toast. Okay. Tell me about you and your order, Elon. As stories go, it is not very entertaining. I was born far to the north, in Enderin. I lost my parents early, led the life of a simple mercenary, but often questioned the path I had chosen. I'm proud of my sword skills. I enjoy training and drills, and I am not afraid of battle. But risking my life for coin, it takes a special mindset to choose that lot with no regrets. You have to want to risk your blood. I saw too many of my friends die, and I wondered if it was worth it. So in the end, I decided to choose another path. Now if I'm going to lay down my life, at least it will be for a good cause. That's how I ended up in Mendev, and became a squire for the Houndhearts. It's a small order, but by tradition, it never has more than 12 members. And the new number is only knighted after one of the elders dies. Damn. Oh, what's up? And Zero managed to clear the savage version of the Final Fantasy 14 collab and Monster Hunter today. It's insanely close to the end. Now only potentially 7 more to go. Best of luck. I'm not sure how much time it takes for each individual hunt, so all I can do is wish you luck. It's usually like 20 minutes per, so you should be fine. Alright, let me continue. We patrol the lands along the Wardstone line and provide aid to travelers and settlers. Unfortunately, death is common among the Houndhearts. I became a full knight 2 years ago after laying my mentor to rest. But I'm content with my choice. My place is among the Crusaders. Takes around 25 minutes on average. Oh. Then yeah, you should be fine. Omega is difficult. Never mind. Alright, let's see. Have you been serving the Eagle Watch for long, Jenna? I signed up 4 days before the demon attack. Am I lucky or what? Jenna lets out an overly boisterous laugh. Some of the tourists are spineless. Well, yeah, they're tourists, they're not veterans. Right. I'm an apprentice of a famous fencing master from Mavon, and I learned a thing or two from him. Believe me, I soon got bored of fighting off bandits and getting involved in the petty squabbles of the bickering river kingdoms. I wanted a proper challenge, and you can't find a better place than Mindev. And when you do, the moment I and what do you know? The moment I arrived, the demonic invasion began. It was real demonic. My father would say that's no accident. Fate brought me here. Oh. To put it into context, Omega's been in the game since Monday, and I've only just cleared it today. Okay, hold on. Do you mean you keep failing all your attempts? Or is beating Omega supposed to be like something that requires multiple run-throughs? Alright. What about you, Curl? How did you end up among the condemned? People keep dying. Ah. So yeah, it's constant failments. My condolences. Any game that requires more than one player to be good usually winds up having a lot more stress than the ones where you can blame yourself. Because when you can blame yourself, you can just improve on where you failed. But if it's someone else that's screwing you over, there's nothing you can really do. It's just all your time is wasted. Might give it a shot solo. With support hunters, some people say it's easier if you're good enough. Fair enough. Alright, let me see what Curl has to say. I just did what everyone else was doing. I grew up in the slums, where everyone stole a little, or maybe smuggled, or guarded stashes, so... Curl stares into his mug gloomily. But I never killed anybody, and I never did anything really bad. I got caught stealing, and when they made me choose between prison and the condemned, well, of course I didn't want to go to prison. I'm not that good of a fighter. But as Norgabur is my witness, a thief can also be useful in a war against demons. I've always been a good scout. I can sneak under the nose of any monster. But I don't know where my friends are now. We got separated when the demons rampaged through the city. Chin up, friend. Let's see. Whoever you were in the past, you're a friend now, and a crusader. Your skills will be useful to us, you'll see. Huh. How do you all know Sela? I met my noble sister on the road to Canabras. I was returning from the south from my fiancé, and was happy to be in the company of a paladin of Iomade. We said our farewells at the city gates, and I went north along the road to Dresden, to my order's camp. Elon's face grows grim at the mention of the camp. The demons attacked us there. At the same time they struck Canabras, but we managed to fight them off. We hurried to the city. We hurried to the city's aid and joined forces with the Eagle Watch. All my fellow Houndhearts were wounded during the Battle of the Streets. I'm the last knight of my order who can still fight. It's so good to see Sela again. Every loyal heart counts 3 these days. I met Sela at the tavern in Canabras. Before the attack, of course. She was one of the few who would sit at the table with the condemned. Knights usually don't even look at us, but Sela is different. I knew it the moment I saw her. That's what made me notice Sela too. So I sat down to talk to her. I never understood why everyone treated the condemned so horribly. And I still don't. Our Curl is a great lad. So after the night, Sela and I went round the taverns together every day. Mendez is an amazing place. People from all over the world come here for glory, redemption, or to help those in trouble. And they always find each other. This might be the best place in the world to find like-minded people and get friends. That was a toast in case you didn't notice. Alright. No. Sela, did you call me over just because, or is something the matter? I didn't just want to talk about today's celebrations. You see, Elon is in trouble. I want to help him. I didn't know who else in the city I can turn to. His fellow knights were all wounded in battle. Elon shakes his head. Bad idea, sister. I told you. I don't want to bother anyone else with my problems. I need to handle this. I need to handle them on my own. Come on. Riding your sadness from your friends is no way to join us. Oh, sorry. Come on, hiding your sadness from your friends is no way to live. Curl is right. Alucard helped me find you. Without his help, I'd still be looking for you all over Canabras. So, Alan, come on. Stop being so charitable. Sure. To Steam on. Huh. Alright. Let's see. Well, tell me more. Alright. The young knight shakes his head. In all truth, I do not wish to impose. My problems are just minor troubles. A paladin of Iomade and her friends certainly have more important things to do. Of Iomade. Right. Sorry, hold on. Yep. Alright. Let's see. Iomade and her friends certainly have more important things to do, especially now that Canabras has been overrun by demons. If I've learned anything in life, it's that there's nothing minor about good and evil. Seela begins seriously, but then a smile lights up her face. Take the three of you, for example. It seems like all you did was save one card from some lesser demons. But look around, look how many people are happy now. That feat will never be sung of in songs, but who knows? Maybe thanks to this one joyous hour of peace and rest, the defenders of Canabras will find the strength to protect the city. Seela catches her breath. I talk too much, don't I? Well, Sir Elaine, I want to help you, and my reputation as a holy warrior of Iomade won't suffer if it's more of a minor adventure than a glorious feat. Mike. Right. The knight sighs and seems a little embarrassed. All right, I'll explain. The life of a crusader has given me more than just a purpose and a chance to serve a righteous cause. When I abandoned the life of a mercenary, right. So that's alright, I explain. Sailor it's given me more purpose and a chance to serve a righteous cause. When I abandoned the life of a mercenary and came to Mendev, I gained something else I never expected. It's here that I met, may all the ladies here forgive me, the finest girl in all the world. It's a miracle she found any love in her own heart for a bungler like me. But I'm not about to let this miracle go. Not even the demon lord Descari and all his demon army can stand in my way. Luckily, my beloved is now safely away from Canabras. For half a year I've been getting up my courage to propose to her. I even ordered a ring from Derek Sunhammer, the best jeweler in Mendev. Independent knightly orders live mostly off donations, and I'm not what you would call rich. But I so want to make Kiana happy. Oh, it took me 3 months to find the jewel the same shade as her eyes. And twice that long to scrape together enough money. Alright. Money. Master Derek's work was worth it. But I lost the ring during the demon attack, and I'll probably never find a worthy replacement. The ring is most likely still at the Houndheart's camp, outside the city. Alan and his friends didn't have time to pack up their camp. First the demons ambushed them, and then they rushed off to help Canabras. I think we should at least go there and check. Not right now, of course, but once the situation in the city is under control. Right? What could we run into at this camp? My friends and I killed 2 large demons attacking the camp, then rode straight into the city without spending any more time cleaning up the rest of their band. It was only a few imps, but they might still be at the camp. Of course, this was a while ago. Our camp was attacked at the same time as the Wardstone in the main square. And I haven't been back there since. Right, fine, I'll help. Sela puts her hand on your shoulder. Thanks for agreeing to help. Alan is a good man and a true friend. And I think the world should repay those who are so devoted to doing good. Let's help him. Let's see. If we're gonna help. Nah, for the night. Let's help him so he can propose to his beloved the way he wanted. Hila, I hope you can convince Erebeth to let me go with you when you do that. I don't want to be parted from my friends. Of course, if the League of Inspiring Cards has come together in this dark hour, we must continue onward together. Alright, and that's their thing. Alright, taking a break. I don't know if we're gonna have D&D tonight. If not, then I'll be back on with Digimon later. But yeah, we'll see. Alright, everyone. See you next time.